Today we're going to be talking about the 3 best ways to find undervalued stocks, okay? Listen, there's a lot of different strategies out there, and one of the best things to do is focus on these 3 criteria to spot stocks that could really blast off in the short or midterm. Hey everyone, Lead Trainer with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified as soon as I go live. We do a ton of stuff. I want you to be notified, and also share these videos with your friends. Okay, that being said, let's talk about undervalued stocks and what I think is the best way to find them. I mean, you can play the old school guessing game. You can try and, research and find some undiscovered stock. But I'm going to give you 3 things that allow you to maximize your potential for finding that stock that has the potential to really blast off over time. Last thing you want to do, I'm guessing you've got a small account, you don't have a ton of buying power. The biggest thing you can't do, and this is a tip aside from the other 3 tips, you can't be tying up your buying power long term. If you got a $1,000 account or a couple $1,000 account and you're sitting in some $1,500 or $1,800 position for weeks that's going nowhere, you're going to miss so many opportunities, especially right now. You got to stay liquid. That's one of the biggest takeaways from short-term trading, okay? And again, I talk about it a lot, especially in the Steady Trade team, which you can check out. I do twice daily webinars every single day. We talk about these concepts, but stay liquid, especially in this market we're in. We have so many runners. We've got today alone, we had 3 or 4 stocks that went 200, 300, 400% in one day, okay? If you're tied up in some bag holder stock that's going nowhere, you're going to miss those because you don't have any buying power. What I want to do is find you stocks that have the best potential to move in the short term. So if you're in the trade, it's working, so you're making money. It's not just chopping sideways or worse, chopping lower. You're growing your account, and ideally they spike in the short term, and you can stay that liquid. Maybe you're in it for a couple days, maybe a week or so. You take your profits and you move on to the next one. Number 1 tip, number 1 best thing to do, look for Sympathy Plays, okay? I've got NIO. This is a stock I'm going to talk about a lot on this video because it's a great example, okay? I'm sure most of you know Tesla. Most of you know the move Tesla made, okay? I'll bring up the chart real quick just to show you if you're not familiar. Tesla the last 3 years, just an incredible move. Look at this going back to early 2019, or mid 2019, only a year. And look at that move to the upside. They did the split, but before the split, this was $2,000 a share, before they split it. So if you got a small account, you can't trade this. But look in the same amount of time at NIO. Going back to that same point on NIO, this was back early in 2000 or 2020, sorry. This is a $2, $3 stock that had made the same move from 2 to 3 to as high as the mid 50s, and it's still hanging around in the 45s. That you can catch that move, and think about it. If you had, let's say, 500 shares of a $2 stock, that's what grows your account, okay? And we saw the entire EV sector move with Tesla, and we see that happen over and over again, whether it be the marijuana sector, all these hot sectors. There's always what we call the market leader, whether it be a big company or even just a low price stock that went wild. You're always going to have that market leader that's going to bring in the demand, because what happens is everyone sees that big gainer. They see Tesla, they hear Tesla. They want to find the undervalued low price stock that's in that same sector. That is number 1 idea. Sympathy plays to the hottest stock, okay? You'll know it. Depending on when you watch this video, maybe EVs are still hot. Heck, Tesla's probably back at $2,000 a share when you're watching this video, even if you watch it a month after I record. But you'll know. I get asked a lot, how do you know what the hot sector is? If you're showing up every day, running the scans, putting in the work, you'll know what the hot sector is. It will smack you in the face. Then you're looking for those low-priced sympathy plays that are in that same sector, and the shadier the better. Okay, this is counterintuitive. NIO is a very, very sketchy Chinese company. Okay, but what that does, the beauty of that, the sketchier they are, the more likely they're going to bring in short sellers that short on the front side of that move that then become accelerant. That's the greatest thing about early short sellers is I always picture or I always talk about that, that gasoline on a fire. I mean, the fire's already burning, but then the shorts become that gasoline, and that's what sends something like NIO vertical like it went. So biggest thing is that recognize the hot sector, look for those big movers, and then jump over. I mean, and the greatest thing about StocksToTrade is we have all these tools built in. We have related tab. Okay, right here, I can go to this stock, NIO. I can see it's consumer cyclical, vehicles and parts, auto manufacturers. I can sort by volume. I can see there's a bunch of crazy liquid Chinese-based EV plays. I mean, whether it be LI or XPEV, all these stocks are all potential sympathy plays. And you can see the volume reflects that, and the price moves reflect that. Next thing is volume scans, okay? And the great thing about StocksToTrade is we can dial in on tons and tons of criteria, but what you're looking for is liquid stocks, and liquid stocks breaking out on multi-week or multi-month timeframes. And I use this very simple 52-week breakout scan. You can modify it. It wouldn't be a bad idea to even tweak it to say a 26-week, which would be a 6-month break, or even like maybe a 4 or 5 month breakout in that area. Because what we want to do is we want to find liquid stocks that are uptrending, okay? Because back to what I said before, if you're in that sideways illiquid stock, you're going to hate life. Trust me. You're going to show up every day. Your stock's going to be up a penny, down a penny, up a penny, down a penny, and you're back in that buying power tied up. So we're looking for those multi-week, multi-month breakouts that are liquid. You can see I'm scanning for stocks that are trading more than 1 million shares, and then I can add in that sector. You can see I've got filtered this particular scan. I'm filtering by some technology stocks and consumer cyclical stocks, etc. That's the great thing is you can really dial in on that hot sector play, chart breakouts that are liquid, and run the scan just to see. There's 16,000 publicly traded stocks. This scan gets me down to 150, which it's 2020. I know 150 sounds like a lot. Prior to 2020, most time this scan would give me 15, but this day and age, you get 150. Now, I can further drill down. I can start looking for float. I can manipulate it and get me down to that smaller size. And check out the archive, a bunch of more in-depth screener videos over there, so check those out. So liquid plays, breaking out, you're not trying to play guessing games. You got a hot sector and you got a liquid breakout, and you've got that chart pattern that is doing what you want it to do. It's already showing you that it's steadily uptrending, and that's why, again, I brought out NIO. I mean, you look at this thing was steadily uptrending in May, and then it went from 2, and then it broke out here up to 15, then it pulled back, steadily uptrended. I mean, and you can see the volume stand, and it breaks out. I mean, this is a great example because I actually just recorded a video on IPOs, and it'll probably be in the archive. And I was talking about this is that exact price action we're looking for on IPOs as well, and almost any setup. Big gain, consolidation, and then that breakout. I mean, look at that candle right there. I mean, it might not look like much to you, but that's a $4 candle on a stock that was $14. I mean, that's a big move, and that candle is as big as it is because of breakout buyers. And then look, it gaps up the next day and runs again all the way up to 20. Consolidates, breaks out again, big candle again, 2 green days in a row, consolidates, breaks out. This time it did have a day 2 red, but still had a beautiful breakout. And it just repeats and it repeats and it repeats. Those are the 3 things. Sympathy plays, aka hot sector, legit volume. You need liquid plays or you're hating life. And then focus on those multi-week, multi-month, or heck, even multi-year breakouts at this point. That's how you find undervalued stocks that can make the kind of moves like the NIOs can. So, all right, everyone. I go fast. I try and, I know everyone has a limited attention span on YouTube. They tell me try and keep these videos under 10. I have the gift of gab. If you listen to the Steady Trade podcast, I'm basically known for talking for 10 minutes straight and interrupting. That's one of people's favorite drinking game on the podcast is how many times I interrupt. But the great thing about the Steady Trade team, 45-minute webinar, all live, all interactive. We can slow down. We can really bounce ideas off each other. And I'm there twice a day, every day, live. Check out the Steady Trade team, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.